Happy primary election day, Guam. I'm Troy Torres.
And I'm Johnny Rosario.
And I'm Danielle Bonda.
And we're here on the 7th floor of the DNA building in Kandit, Guam, our studios. It is Saturday, the 27th of August. It is primary election day. And right after this show, we're going to pack up here and go to our respective precincts to go vote. Johnny and I are going to go to DL Perez. Where do you vote? In Sinahanya?
Tumuning Elementary.
Oh, you vote in Tumuning. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tumuning Elementary or JFK?
Oh, JFK.
Wait, hold on. Let's double check this. Let's
This is
double
what-
check
Going to the
this.
wrong
JFK.
school.
JFK.
Okay.
Okay, just
Yeah,
kidding.
it used to be at Tumuning Elementary.
Got it.
I'm sorry that we're late for this. Was supposed to be a 6 a.m. show, but when I got here, I'm having all these stomach problems. Danielle had to run to 76 and get me the Bundaberg ginger beer. It's because it has real ginger in it. The Canada Dry doesn't actually have ginger in it. And she even went to Payless and got me a ginger root. So I'm feeling a lot better. So today's the primary election on Guam. It is a party election in that, you can vote on the Democratic side of the ballot or vote on the Republican side of the
Yeah,
ballot.
do not cross over or your votes don't count.
And now there's hardly a race on the Republican side. There's
Yeah,
only
everybody's
one
gonna
gubernatorial
advance,
candidate,
guys.
except for one senatorial candidate. There's 16 senatorial candidates on the Republican side.
Yeah.
And so, there actually is a race there for the top 15 to advance. So
Oh.
one person will not advance. But there's no race on the governor's side, and there's no race on the congressional side. On the Democratic side of the ballot, that's where the race really is, right? That's, who is it? The incumbents, Lou and Josh, versus the challengers, Mike and Bree.
Right.
Former Speaker Judy Wampat versus Senator Talena Nelson.
For Congress.
And then there are several, I think there might be 19, or no, there's probably more.
I'm voting for Talina, guys.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I actually don't know who I'm going to vote for yet.
Well,
in the-
I'm voting for Talina because Judy Wampat has been part of our politics, and I want
And you
someone
want
else.
that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. When I heard that name, Judy Wampat, I was like, oh, isn't that an old name? That's like an
Well-
automatic no for me, usually. But
So, like, as the days go on, I lean toward Wampat or I lean toward Nelson. I actually don't know who I'm going to vote for in that race. And I
What are
guess
you
I'll
gonna
figure
do?
it out when I
Eeny,
get
meeny,
there.
miny, moe?
No, when I get into the ballot booth, normally I don't even know which senatorial candidates I'm going to vote. I know that there are some who I'm already
Definitely.
thinking of
Yeah.
voting for, right?
Okay.
It's not a guaranteed maybe.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
guarantee.
There are certain guarantees in my head of like the senatorial candidates that
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for, but a lot of times I'm just with the ballot in front of me and I just have to think about it, and I'm making my decision right there. Now for the governor's race, I always know who I'm going to vote for, right before I go into the ballot booth. So and you guys all know I'm voting for Mike St. Nicholas. So.
Viva!
MSN.
And so, this is an interesting day. A couple people. Let me first say that many in the Republican establishment have told me that they want their challenger. They want Governor Camacho's challenger to be Michael St. Nicholas, and it has nothing to do with who they think they have an advantage with, but it has everything to do with they want a fair fight.
Yeah, let
They
the
want-
best man win.
They want, and they want a clean election. And as you can see, as the primary season has happened, it hasn't been clean. It's been
Grimy.
it's been grimy to say the least. Yeah, but it's been nasty.
Super.
Yeah.
Super
Crazy.
duper.
And when you're outfunded 25-1, and most of that money went to personal attacks against the challenger. I mean, it's just been a nasty election. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are like. So the couple people I was talking about, who I talked to, the conversation has been, what do you think is going to happen when the polls close? My prediction is that if there's low voter turnout, Governor Lulian Guerrero will win the race. If there's high voter turnout, Congressman St. Nicholas will prevail. And the reason I say that is because there's obviously two very different types of campaigns that have taken place. One where, Mike St. Nicholas has always ran a campaign that was just based on his record.
On the record. Yes,
An on the
correct.
record campaign. Lulian Guerrero has run a traditional campaign where she has amassed an organization. I'd say that her organization, her campaign is almost as organized as the Calvo campaigns were.
Yeah.
And she had, she took into her campaign Rose Ramsey, who was Governor Calvo's ground game strategist,
Yeah.
the person who organized. So the reason low voter turnout works for Governor Lulian Guerrero is because it's very likely that the Lulian Guerrero campaign will be able to get their voters to
To the
go and
polls.
vote.
Yeah.
Now, Congressman St. Nicholas's voters are more of the independent-minded people. You know, maybe they've never even met him in their lives. They never got a phone call from him or his campaign or anything. They just like him. But are they going to go and vote? It's a Saturday. You know, if it's raining where you're at, I mean, these are all factors. Are you working on a Saturday? Is your employer encouraging you to go and vote? These are all. Do you even know that today's the election?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
these are all factors that come into play when we talk about voter turnout and more independents coming out to vote. I don't know what the St. Nicholas campaign has in store for their Get Out the Vote drive. I don't know. Do they have a call listing?
They're
You know,
driving-
Can I
They're
just
driving
also
people,
say
yeah.
that the Lou and Josh campaign their campaign people behind them are heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Roy Respicio, Rose Ramsey, Bernadette Meno, I mean Stern. They're all heavy hitters. They've
Yeah.
been involved and they understand how it works.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wanted to say, like, if this administration has helped you move forward personally in your personal life, because they've helped me, you know, personally, or
Okay.
kind of personally, right?
Yeah.
You have to, yeah, yeah.
When you get to the ballot booth, to the point of, let me just explain something. If Gov Guam voters go and vote, those who were hired into the classified service during the previous administrations, if they go and vote, I believe that they'll be voting for Mike St. Nicholas. If you were hired in this administration, classified or unclassified, whatever the case may be, if you received a contract, if you got a favor from someone in the administration, I hope you don't feel like you owe them anything, because truly the money that is being spent, that has been spent to help your situation, really came from the taxpayers of this island. And so the beauty about voting is no one gets to know who you voted for. So when you get in that ballot booth, you know, do your thing, and do your thing for yourself
Be confident.
and for Guam.
Be confident in your votes. Maybe pray before you start filling in that, you know.
About
Yeah.
what's the right thing. to
Yeah.
do, how your conscience.
Micah Roosevelt wants to know about the screenshot. I think he's talking about the screenshot of our WhatsApp conversation. Where I
Yes,
said
there's a
that-
lot.
Yeah, people ask
Yeah.
me that too.
About what that
Yeah.
story is?
Yeah, and Class Schelling said, because I put concur and the
Yeah.
thing came out. So Class Schelling says, I concord. Said, thanks, Class.
I love it. You know, over the last week, it's been longer, but it's been election week, right? We've seen in the news assassination story, tax
Yeah.
story. I mean, there's
Potential.
all of this,
hey,
all of this
potential.
stuff, all of this stuff that really wasn't vetted. You know, it's just stuff that just came out of the woodwork, and the timing of it is just, it's not just suspicious, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
feel
it's
like those were
obvious.
cheap shots with no knockouts. Like,
And it's obvious.
And these websites that were put up. You know, yesterday I did some searching on my own, right?
and it's a VW.
No, wait. It's the Wix site. I won't say the sites, but I did my research. I want to know who owns that, who's paying for that, and you can't get to that.
Oh, they probably paid during the domain purchase, the
Okay.
thing that allows you to shield it.
Yeah. So you know, I know who's behind that website, and I don't know.
And so we have this. I've been working on an investigative piece that deals with
And my name's on that too.
Which one?
Whatever information we got, it said Troy Torres and Johnny Rosario. I said, "Ooh, what is that?"
What information?
The packet you got.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah,
delivered.
yeah.
You said, "Ooh, what is this?"
So it's taking quite a while to put things together based on
Facts.
based on facts, based on federal financial reports filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, just a whole bunch of different things that have come together to show that, you know, Governor Lulian Guerrero personally has become richer through a blind trust, because when she became the governor, she placed her, I think it's 40% interest in the Bank of Guam into a blind trust, which, of course, when she's no longer governor,
She gets that.
she gets the money. You know, she
Right.
gets to make decisions with that money. But the thing is that the treasury of the government of Guam is at the Bank of Guam, which, of course, and so, of course, it's a big deal. Of course, this is something that should matter.
Yeah.
And it's something that I don't know why no one else has looked into. But this story is about 90% done. And when it gets to 100% done is when I already have comments from the administration itself, from Lester Carlson, the governor's budget director. I need to give the Bank of Guam an opportunity to respond. And so, as I was trying to finish this story on Thursday, I had a decision to make. I could rush it. I could give Bank of Guam a 6-hour window or a 12-hour window and say, I'm going to publish, you know, this is what I have. I'm going to publish at this point. If you guys haven't responded, or if you're going to respond, please make sure it's within this window or whatever. And then I thought, why am I rushing this? Why would I only give Bank of Guam 6 or 12 hours, maybe even 24, to respond to a story as big as this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just for the primary election? And if it's just for the primary election, what are my motivations behind this story? And if my motivation for publishing this before the primary election is that I want this to be good for Mike and bad for Lou, then how does that make us different from these other agencies, these other media agencies that really went after Mike St. Nicholas in a dirty way and an irresponsible way? And I just don't want to be compared with them.
Right.
I don't. And I wanted our people to know that. I wanted the Lou and Josh people to know that, hey, you can still get a fair chance with us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we had this opportunity to rush and put out a story that's not going to be good for the governor. It's not.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to go down that path. And so that's what that whole thing is about. The story's not
people
done.
are commenting that, Troy, just put it out. It's not ready, guys.
It's not ready.
It's not ready. We're still waiting for people for verification. You know,
True journalism.
They know what's up. You know,
Yeah.
we all know what's up.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, eh?
And we're already being sued by this administration. Okay? So, yeah.
Okay, so there's that. Let's see. What else? We are not going to have election night coverage. The polls close at 8 p.m. Okay, so by the way, the polls open. Is it
Oh, we're
7
not.
yet?
7.
Is it already
Yeah.
7?
Yes. It's open.
The polls are open now. They're going to be open for you to vote until 8 p.m. At 8 p.m., and you know, in places like Deredo and Jigo, you know, if there's still a line outside, in the past they've allowed people who were already in line before 8 p.m. to continue voting. And so it takes a little bit of time for the buses, which, by the way, when I was coming into work this morning, I saw the bus dropping off the ballot boxes here at the Guam Congress building. It was kind of cool to see. And then I saw another bus drive on by. Sorry. So it's going to take a little bit of time for the Election Commission to gather, and the Guam Police Department to gather up the ballot boxes, make sure they're secure at the polling sites in the proper way. place them on the buses, have them escorted to, I believe, UOG, the field house at the tabulation center, and then prepare. There's this whole process that goes into preparing the ballots to be counted. They have to account for everything. And then everyone has to be watching. And there's the Guam Election Commission does a superb job at ensuring that we have fair elections here. And so we're not going to have results until 10, 11 p.m. I'm not going to. I'm observing the Sabbath, and so there's no use in me doing any election coverage. And then you guys want to observe the Sabbath as well, right? So we're not going to have election night coverage. Yeah. So you can find out who won from somewhere else.
God's will be done.
Yeah, but we will be here on Monday morning to talk about it, and we're waiting for confirmation that our guest in studio for our Good Morning Mariana show will be Governor Felix Camacho.
Ooh, I have to make sure I'm dressed up for that.
Yeah, it'd be cool, huh?
I'll iron the night before.
So, all right. Can you tell our audience, please,
sure,
where they can go and vote if they're registered in their respective village?
Okay, Agana is Guam Congress Building. Asan Maina is the Asan Maina Community Center. PD is Jose Rios. Agate is Ocean View Middle School. Santa Rita is Harry S. Truman. Umatic is Umatic Mayor's Office. Malesu is Maritzo Elementary. Inarahan is Inarahan Middle School. Talafofo is Talafofo Elementary. Jotnya is MU Lujan. Chalampago is Ordot Chalampago Elementary. Sinahanya is CL Titano Elementary. Agana Heights is Agana Heights Elementary. Mongmong Totu Mighty is at JQ San Miguel. Barragata is PC Lujan. Manilao is George Washington. Tamuning is JFK. Dedido, they have 2 polling sites. If your last name begins with A through O, it is Ukudu High School. If your last name is P through Z, it is Liguan Elementary. And Jigo, there's 2 polling sites. Letters A through M is FBLG, and N as in Nancy, through Z is at DL Paris. Also, if you everybody check their mail, because yesterday I checked my mail, and my daughter's something from Guam Election Commission came in, and it was her guaranteed.
Because she just registered, right?
Yeah, she was registered before, but I guess they couldn't find the paperwork, and I made sure we did it online.
No.
Bring that
is,
paper.
Yes, because there's a chance that they didn't put the name into the system.
Yeah,
where they have to print out.
Go check your mail, because Guam Election Commission just sent all of those out.
That's the thing that you present to the election poll person.
Yeah.
That says that you are a registered voter.
Right.
Yeah.
So check your mailboxes today, guys.
Don't forget to bring your government issued picture ID.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, and I don't want to give you the wrong information, but I cannot remember whether it has to be a valid ID, meaning a non-expired ID. I don't believe the expiration date matters, but I'm not entirely certain. If you want to check that out, go to gec.guam.gov. That's the Guam Election Commission's website. Polls are open from now until 8 p.m. to go and vote at your respective precinct. Again, we'll send this out on WhatsApp, and we'll post this on our Facebook where you
it's
can
all
go
over.
vote.
It's all over.
Everyone's sending it out? Okay,
yeah,
good.
It's
All
all over.
right. If you know people, here's another thing. If you know people, or whoever you encounter today, ask them, did you go vote?
Yeah.
Did you know today's the election? Not everyone knows that today is the election.
Yeah.
And so please get the word out there that today is the election. And those of us in the private sector, we complain a lot about the government and about government services. Man, now is the time. to put those complaints into action.
Right. And, this is a call out to our 50,000 viewers to make sure you get up and go vote. It's going to take maybe 30 minutes to an hour of your time. Yeah.
It'll take an hour, including drive time.
Right.
But and depending on what time you go and what precinct that you're at, like if you go to a southern precinct or a central precinct, you're probably not going to be waiting long to go and vote. But if you go to one of the northern precincts, don't wait until 7 p.m. to go and vote. Vote earlier, because for some reason people in Dededo like to vote at the last minute. I don't know what that's about. And the big push is always in Dededo. I'm so happy I'm not involved in a campaign. I am so happy that after this show, Johnny and I, we're going to head to Jigo. And Danielle, you're going to head to JFK.
To JFK.
Johnny and I are going to head to DL Perez. We're going to go vote, and I'm done for the day. I am donezo.
I was hoping that you're going to pay for my breakfast.
Okay, I'm going to pay for Johnny's breakfast. Oh, there may be bank account issues with that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to pay for Johnny and Boo's breakfast, and then done. Where are we going to have breakfast?
I want Denny's.
Oh, because you want moons over my hammy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and now I need to drink the ginger again.
Yes. Okay.
Just thinking about eggs.
And even if you're an ex-felon, you can vote. Because
as
someone
long
has
as you're
You're
not
registered.
as long as you're not incarcerated, as long as you're registered.
No, yeah, but a lot of
Everyone.
people are
Under the
being
impression,
impression
yeah.
that because you are a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote, and that's not true.
Yeah.
You're
As
only,
long as you're registered.
Please vote.
You're only not allowed to vote if you are in jail or in the custody of the Department of Mental Health for,
Yeah.
if you're on suicide watch. No, it's not called Department of Mental Health. I'm sorry. Guam Behavioral Health. The custody of behavioral health. Anyway, a special shout out to my older brother, Brian Torres. Today is his birthday. And there's my brother with his mom, Auntie Mary.
Happy birthday,
Happy
B.
birthday, Brian.
And he's 47 years old today. There's my brother and his son, Landon.
Good dad.
My brother's a very good dad. He's exactly like my dad. He's like not selfish. Like, okay, so take all of my qualities and reverse them. You get my brother. So my brother's a good person. He's thoughtful. he's selfless. He likes kids, And
Happy birthday, B.
happy birthday to my brother Brian. I love
Have
you
a
very much,
blessed
Brian.
birthday.
And my brother's gonna be 40. My brother's 47 today. That means my sister in next month is gonna be 51.
Oh my God.
And it means I'm 42. Yeah. There we go. There's only according to the lifespan
His Facebook profile?
of our family. There's my niece. There's my brother's oldest daughter, Tyler. And Tyler is the mother of a baby girl, Emma. Jesus, Tyler with that dress. There's Emma.
The situations.
The situations.
Remember that one time I posted something and you're like, no one wants to see that. So I took it straight down.
You're like, now you're going to catch a cold? Huh?
my brother's grandpa. That's his granddaughter, Emma.
Well, when you heard the V word, you're already like ill, so I shouldn't have been that offended.
Cello, Eric's online, can we just take a minute and also pray for him and his family?
Yes, Eric. As we've asked you for the past couple of days, our Eric Rosario, his family, is going through a situation right now, and we just ask that you pray for him and his family as they navigate it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Figure out what's going on.
Your prayers are very much appreciated for our Eric Rosario and his family. So everyone, go vote. Let's go vote.
Let's go.
Okay.
Ready?
We love you all.
And here's some commercials, our
Yeah.
election commercials. And now, if you need gas or anything, if you're hungry, stop by 76. There's specials there today.
If you got a stomach ache, you can get their ginger beer, and it works. It works.
Because you're nervous or excited or, and please watch the road. There's going to be a lot of waving. So
oh my gosh.
waving
I
and
forgot about that.
honking and
Please,
yeah,
That's so annoying.
I love it.
Well,
That
there
is
were
so
many,
annoying.
so many honks the other day.
Oh, for the Lou and Josh
Yeah.
waves? Yeah, I know. I was at the Barragata Tri intersection and I was actually stopped. And, you know, I was driving Tammy's car and Tammy's car doesn't have tint. So I'm like,
I'm
And I
all
was
up
like-
in there like, oh, there they are.
in the stoplight, I was
There
like,
they are.
Trying to ignore, not look out.
and
You were
I
being a snob?
was there for like 3 minutes
Did
and
it.
there were 3 hunks.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, well, all right.
Well,
Maybe people are upset because it's, you know, it was after
Everyone's-
work.
No, it was before work. Everybody was.
Oh
on
no,
their
it was in the
way.
morning. That's right.
Yeah.
It was in the morning. You're
Yeah.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's when people are normally happy. Is in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Well, I guess people weren't that because you know these things they cause traffic, and so there was traffic. There was the tri intersection. No one likes that stuff, man, and everyone hates motorcades.
Man, I never understood that 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock traffic until I started working here. It really affects your schedule.
Yeah, but it's starting earlier now.
Yeah.
The traffic starts earlier after 4:30.
All right.
Okay, have a
Let's
great
go,
day.
guys.
Go vote. Both camps, the Mike camp and the Leon Guerrero camp, if you don't have a ride, call their headquarters. They'll take you. I'm not sure how that works, but you could find them on Facebook, both camps.
For Kandit News, I'm Troy Torres.
And I'm Johnny Rosario.
And I'm Danielle Baza.
Good morning.
I'm Michael F. Houston Nicholas, and I approve this message.
Now I would like to introduce the future of our island, Mr. Mike St. Nicholas.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so proud to be up here because from this angle I can see a whole ocean of our island's people standing in support of the one man that has been supporting us in Washington. What does it take to be in charge? It takes power, but power does not equal greatness. Greatness can only be achieved with a good heart.
As you go to cast your vote, ask yourself this question. Do you want a leader that gives you hope or hopelessness?
Like people don't fully understand what we go through and the judgment that is passed upon us. Sooner or later, the stress gets to you.
Being homeless is hard, man. You gotta focus and try hard.
There's a difference between hopelessness and discussing the realities our people are facing. Discussing them with passion, discussing them pragmatically, discussing them with experts, discussing them with the public. Adopting a philosophy of hope because we want 4 more years is the same politics we've been having, guys. It's the same politics we've been having. And that's why we're still debating these same issues. It's not hopelessness to talk about what the people are experiencing. It's not hopelessness to talk about the struggles of our community. It's not hopelessness to talk about what we need to plan and prepare for and the realities that are associated with that. Those kind of real conversations from real people, those are the kind of things that give me hope.
Mr. President, on this island we judge our leaders by the way they serve the people.
In 4 years, we did so much that many of us didn't really believe could get done. We were able to resolve congressional issues. It doesn't take 2 terms to fix things. If you go in there with the focus, if you go in there with purpose, and if you make the people be the whole reason why you're doing the work that you do. Bree and I were willing to make this sacrifice if you will so have us. So we humbly ask for your support. Let's change course, Guam, and let's build a real future.
Huff Day. I'm Will Parkinson, and I'm standing in the bush. I'm standing in the bush because I want to be your senator. Before I ran for senator, I was actually involved in the legalization of this bush. I was one of the original advocates that supported Senator Clint Rogel when he legalized this bush. And if you elect me senator, I promise I will make sure no one ever makes this bush illegal ever again. So please, vote for me, Will Parkinson, number 8 on the ballot. Thank you.
And I'm Will Parkinson, and I endorse this message.
That's great. Like, hopefully the baddest guy joining this and find me. This is from his house.
Tom Fisher was a Peace Corps volunteer and an educator in the jungles of Central Africa. He went from educating children in impoverished nations to serving our nation in the United States Navy. Tom's legal expertise took him from the military courtroom as a judge advocate general to the courts of Guam, where he has spent 3 decades representing our Manumco and our less fortunate. Tom Fisher knows the law. He'll be a great lawmaker. Let's vote Attorney Thomas Fisher for senator.
I'm Tom Fisher, and I approve this message.
A great humanitarian once said that the difference between a career politician and a leader is the politician cares about the number of years served, and the leader just cares about serving. This defines Senator Chris Duenas. He is a seasoned statesman whose focus has always been on being a champion for the masses and a fighter for the truth. Re-elect Senator Chris Duenas, speaking up for you.
I am Chris Duenas, and I approve this message.
Edward Alvarez, Treasurer.
Hey Siri.
Hello, Mr. Sugar Free.
Can you compile all my video clips into one video file and send that to the family chat? And include this text message. I'm all in.
No problem. It's nice to have one's work appreciated. Have a watch. 4 years ago, Bee Baloo and Josh.
Is to create a safe, fair, compassionate, and prosperous government. And despite a global pandemic that shut down our economy along with the rest of the world, we kept our island going.
You can't give up on hope. Each other's hand we hold. We're on a long, hard road when we're traveling together. We pull each other up. We'll fill each other's cup. So we all have enough. We're all in this together. We'll be there. So stand up if you can. Take a moment and think how we come so far, and now we're all in this together. For all and not just some, for the many, not just one. And we're so far from done, we're all in this together. Oh, no time to back down. Run away to higher ground. Oh, yeah. We can make our way each and every day. You need a vote and say, let's move it forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, our work in front of us has a lot to do with making sure that the spirit of Guam is alive in everybody, making sure that those that have been marginalized are getting services. For our Manumco, our Manhoban, who are looking for a brighter future so that they can continue living peacefully
halfway there.
4 more years.
So stand up if you can. Oh, yeah.
Forward and dignity, forward and stability. Hey, move our island forward, forward with equality, forward and stability, forward and humanity. Keep us moving forward.
This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and I approve this message.
Huff Day. I'm Will Parkinson, and I'm standing in the bush. I'm standing in the bush because I want to be your senator. Before I ran for senator, I was actually involved in the legalization of this bush. I was one of the original advocates that supported Senator Clint Rogel when he legalized this bush. And if you elect me senator, I promise I will make sure no one ever makes this bush illegal ever again. So please, vote for me, Will Parkinson, number 8 on the ballot. Thank you.
And I'm Will Parkinson, and I endorse this message.
That's great. Like, hopefully the baddest guy joining this and find me. This is from his house.
A great humanitarian once said that the difference between a career politician and a leader